Hey guys, Alex Hamilton, YouRise Education. So as a follow-up to my top 10 things about why Brown, I wanted to share some of my top 10 things about being at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. It's been a great experience so far, and I hope that by sharing some of Booth's comparative advantages, you'll have the competitive edge if you're interested in applying. Before we hop into the countdown, please be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all the new content I have coming out. And if you enjoy the list, please leave a like so that I know to create more videos just like this. With that, let's jump in. At number 10 is Booth's value. Booth is quite generous with scholarships, whether that's through the university's partnership with Questbridge or the many merit awards that it gives out each year. But the school's value extends far beyond that. There are tons of perks to being a Boothie. Sure, that includes free coffee, tea, snacks, swag, software, discounts, and other material items. But there's also the lift passes that the university provides for rides downtown in the evening, as well as the free university shuttle that connects Harper Center in Hyde Park and Gleacher Center downtown. Plus, with Booth's quarter system, you can take more courses over the span of a year than you otherwise could on a semester system, and Boothies can take up to 3 courses after graduation without having to pay additional tuition. And did I mention there are free massages on campus? At number 9, I have an item that may surprise some people, and that's our social life. Believe it or not, there are actually fun things to do on campus. There are our LPFs, held a few times each month with free food and drinks for all students, as well as our fine tradition of weekly TNDCs. Give that a quick Google search if you want to see what I mean. Booth also has other ways to relax and unwind, including sessions with therapy animals hosted by Booth Wellness, as well as our very own campus pub, not too far from Harper Center. And you can't forget all of our school clubs, which can provide everything from access to difficult to reach restaurants in the city of Chicago, to discounts to popular sporting events. As a result, there's so many opportunities to get involved as a co-chair and set up so many fun events for your fellow classmates. In short, we're not as dorky as we're made out to be. All of these aspects of Booth's social life bring me to number 8, and that is the city of Chicago and all of the connections Booth has with it. Being located in one of the US's great cities, we have access to some of the best museums and restaurants in the country. And having 2 campuses across the city makes that access even easier. Even the events we conduct with Northwestern Kellogg, such as the Battle of the Bands, the annual hockey game, and the Running of the Bulls basketball game, take place at Chicago venues, with the latter being held at the world's famous United Center. Meanwhile, our first day celebration takes place at the Chicago Cultural Center, while our winter formal is hosted at Chicago's famous Union Station. Outside of class, you can join your friends along the Riverwalk, or check out the views from the 94th floor of the Hancock Center. In short, there's never a dull moment in the city. Still, interested Booth students can take their interests abroad, and that brings us to number 7, Booth's international presence. Booth is an incredibly diverse institution, with over 40% of students having citizenship outside of the United States. It's no wonder when you consider that the business school has campuses in London and Hong Kong as well. With such a diverse student body, Booth students place all over the country and the world post-graduation. This provides an extensive network for students, whether they want to work in Silicon Valley or in New Delhi. There's also Booth's many study abroad opportunities for students who wish to get exposed to a new culture for a quarter. At 6 are Booth's unique university-sponsored experiences and events. Coming into Booth, I had the awesome opportunity to experience Startup Summer. This is a pretty unique program by which the university will directly pay stipends to incoming Boothies to intern at a Booth-led startup, which benefits both incoming students and the alumni of the university. There's also the Polsky Center for Entrepreneurship, which sponsors the annual New Venture Challenge and Social New Venture Challenge, which provides opportunities for funding for those wishing to pursue startups. This is the very same competition by which companies like Grubhub got their start. And you get to experience these awesome opportunities in the state-of-the-art Harper and Gleacher Centers. Still, for those wishing to travel, Booth holds events like the Random Walk, by which incoming students can join 20 peers on a trip somewhere in the world. These events don't even include our many unofficial travel traditions, such as the Colombia or Israel treks that students take during spring break. Now here at number 5, we have a different kind of experience, and that relates to Booth's career outcomes. Being one of the leading B-School brands in the world, Booth always ranks among the top in terms of job placement and compensation. Because of the renowned Booth brand, students place not only all around the country and around the world, but also across every industry and function. Though consulting and banking are two of the largest post-graduation landing spots, Booth also sends many students to industries including tech, venture capital, private equity, startups, and the corporate world. With a strong network and robust career clubs, Booth provides extensive support throughout the recruiting process so that students receive the assistance they need to succeed. Still, Booth is a school after all, and that brings us to number 4, the university's teaching. Booth, frankly, has the best teaching of any business school in the world. We lead all institutions in terms of Nobel laureates, which isn't surprising when you see that there's a whole school of economics named after us. But don't let that give you the wrong idea about our professors. Professors here are not only brilliant, they're also quite humble and actually enjoy the process of teaching. As a result, you'll find professors who lead their field, not only in quantitative areas like finance, but also in areas like behavioral psychology. Booth contributes immense research to the business world, which is underpinned by our data-driven Chicago approach. And this means that at Booth, there's a lot more to learning than just reading cases. Stop by during a campus talk with a Nobel laureate or business leader and you'll see what I mean. While we're talking about learning, let's move to number 3, which is the academics. It's true that Booth is among the more academically rigorous programs out there due to the strength of the faculty, but that sounds a lot scarier than it really is. Let me explain. Booth has grade non-disclosure, which means that companies are not allowed to ask about your grades during the recruiting process. This means that you can prioritize your career search above where you're sitting in your current classes. But of course, if you want to strive for Dean's List, you can do that as well. Of course, you can also audit courses or take certain courses pass-fail, which grants you unparalleled flexibility when it comes to academics. On a similar note, at 2, we have something that Booth really emphasizes, and that's course flexibility. There is only one course that all Boothies are required to take, and that's LEAD, our leadership education course, which occurs during the orientation. Everything else is up to you. Though there are some required foundational areas, which are microeconomics, statistics, and accounting, students have some choice in deciding which courses to use to satisfy that. The same goes for the 7 of the 8 functional areas that students have to take to graduate. This means that 10 of the 20 courses you have to take to graduate are electives, and you get to set that up how you want. This gives you a chance to secure a concentration in one of many areas, such as accounting, finance, strategic management, or international business. Or you can take courses at other UChicago schools, such as the Law School or the Harris School of Public Policy. And that's for all students, not just those pursuing dual degrees. You also have a lot of freedom in scheduling these courses, as many will have morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, and even remote options. As a result, many students will have 4 or even 5-day weekends, which gives them plenty of time to travel or explore the social aspects of business school in addition to their education. And finally, at number 1, we have the most integral aspect of the Booth experience, and that is the people. Booth possesses a great class size of between 600 and 700 students each year. This is not too large as to not have the chance to meet all of your classmates, but also large enough to have a really extensive network. Though not as defining of the B school experience as at other schools, our cohort system is growing. And, unlike most programs, you can take courses with second years starting your very first quarter of the year. This is such a vital opportunity because it gives you so many networking opportunities before recruiting really even kicks off. And Boothies, overall, are united by a genuineness and a curiosity, and this provides support for everyone in the community. This makes it so easy to reach out to people who graduated years ago. You don't have to feel intimidated. Being able to know at least 3 classes of students at once during your time at Booth, you're going to have the chance to see our pay it forward culture in action. In this way, you really get the chance to see students embrace collaboration above competition, which provides a better educational experience for everyone. If you're interested in applying to or learning more about Booth, which of these items did you find the most insightful? Which ones would you like to learn more about? And for incoming, current, or former Boothies, is there anything you'd like to see more of? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're still curious about Booth, then be sure to check out some of my other videos, such as the UChicago School Tour or my Day in the Life video of Booth, where I show you what it's like to be a student at the program. and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you stay up to date. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.